Star Wars. Take it away.
Let
me help you out. Let me help you out. Now, what do you think?
Yeah. That guy's hair.
That's right.
His hair looks good.
Blowing in the breeze.
His hair looks good when he swings his light sword.
Yeah. Got a little droid on my back.
Okay.
It's a Star Wars. This is a Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I'm sorry, I think you mean Star Wars Jedi.
Yes, no, colon.
Fallen
Oh,
Order.
really?
Not Star Wars colon Jedi Fallen Order like I thought.
Also, I don't think would make sense.
Part of the lovely Star Wars Jedi franchise of things.
Jedi Starfighter.
This stuff matters when you run a video game database, it turns out. Do you guys like scanning stuff?
I scan.
Only if I get a number goes up after I scan something.
Scanning these boggling tunnels.
Does that fill out a codex or something?
Yeah, now I can tell you that boggling tunnels connect their nests and serve as a natural defense against predators. Yeah, databank.
Yeah.
Databank. I use a data credit union.
So this is like maybe 2-ish hours into the game. I rolled the save way back.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons. One of which is that there are like major reveals throughout this story.
Okay.
That I didn't want to, and they get referenced, like once a thing happens.
Oh, sure.
That becomes part of the ongoing narrative, and I didn't want to give... There are some great reveals in this game, and I didn't want to give any of that stuff away.
Like stuff that has like bearing on the larger Star Wars universe?
Kind
or just
of.
Like interesting, like, oh, hey, it's that guy from the movie. Is it stuff like that? Or
It's Watto!
I love this...
That is BD1. He's with us.
This guy.
Oh, he's with you. Have any idea how hard it is to get oil stains out of petroleum meats?
This guy is basically just like a neurotic New York cab driver, sort of.
This droid.
Oh, calm down, please. He did.
Grease. I like Grease.
Yeah, he's a good character. These are all great characters.
Zepho. A Jedi named Eno Cordova hid something inside.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was looking over my tentative Game of the Year list before we came in here, which is way more than 10 games long right now.
Yeah.
I legit think this game has the best storytelling I've seen this year.
Really?
Which I was not expecting out of a Star Wars game.
Right, yeah.
Cordova, you old fool.
You knew him?
Also, everything you're seeing here is full on, hey,
His apprentice.
go find the 3 tombs of the ancient civilization
That little droid and I
and recover their knowledge.
Okay.
So like the frame
So a video game.
The frame is incredibly,
Yeah.
tropey and MacGuffin heavy.
Hey, I mean, that's Star Wars, you know?
Yeah, that's
Oh, sure,
fine,
yeah.
I guess.
This is running on a PlayStation 4 Professional.
Yeah.
Use the
Set in performance mode. The
Force.
That lady just handed you a Rubik's Cube and said, use the Force.
You see, the Force is what gives a Jedi his power.
It's like a blood disease that,
I regret
you know.
Wait,
both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen.
does that sound, do you think that's Ewan McGregor? Because if it's not, it's a really good,
It's a, yeah.
really good sound-alike.
Yeah, once you said it.
defeat the Empire.
I'm not sure, I need to check the credits.
I mean, they're getting him back in the fold, right?
That's true, right, yeah. The Forrest Whitaker character from Rogue One is in this game.
Okay, so this takes place...
And it really sounds like, if it's not Forrest Whitaker, it is also an incredible sound-alike. They may have actually gotten the real actors for this.
I would assume, yeah.
so this is like...
I would have thought they would have.
I mean, this dude is like...
Episode 4 then?
So this takes place about 5 years after the fall of the Republic.
Okay.
And most of the Jedi were purged.
Is this the lady who plays Grace in Wolfenstein?
I don't know.
Cut myself off from the Force.
It might be.
You still want
Because she's also in Call of Duty.
Oh,
So, like her...
The best chance we have against the Empire. What do you believe?
I believe I'll have another beer.
Can't keep hiding from the Empire, so I don't really have a choice.
Cal, as long as you're alive, you will always have a choice.
Yeah, you're not going to see much of it in this quick look. Most of the really cool story stuff is backloaded in the game. But, man, there's some cool-ass stuff in this.
Hey, let me ask you this. Is the story stuff that will appeal to anyone, or is it Star Wars stuff that, like, if you care about Star Wars, you'll be like, oh, yeah?
Let me think. It's about maybe 60-40 character drama to cool Star Wars stuff.
Okay.
I would say. Like, a lot of it hangs on the quality of the performances, the acting, which is very good. But a lot of it is also kind of cool callback type stuff.
Okay.
But I don't want to just ramble here. We should
know when you want to go.
get on with things here.
Yeah, I want to see cool lightsaber flips.
We have places to go. So
I want to see you use the Force.
yeah, we'll.
Here. Can you feel the Force at all?
Yes. But instead of opening up, I push it back down.
Hold that thought.
I like that you could just walk away from people and be like, hang on.
I have to go look at the Hollow Cube.
All right, so I came to a demo of this game at E3 thinking it was just going to be Star Wars Uncharted.
Right.
And they gave me a demo that implied that it would really be more kind of Star Wars Dark Souls meets Metroid. And that's more or less what they've made. So I've just kind of finished up my initial business on the first planet you go to. And they immediately are like, and they really kind of hit you over the head with this, like, hey, here are 2 other planets you could go to. You can go wherever you want. Choose which planet to go to next. You can go to either one. So.
All right.
Let's go to Dathomir.
But that turns out to largely be perfunctory, because there's kind of really only one place you can ever actually go at a time.
Oh, okay.
So you pick up force powers as you go through the game, and they pretty much gate you based on what powers you have.
Okay, so it's like when you can force jump, you can get up high to get to the thing? Like, is it literal Metroid-ish style?
Yes. In like a very mechanical way. You'll see what I mean.
It's a good-looking cockpit.
Yeah,
that's nice.
This really hits my Mass Effect like wish fulfillment of wanting my own spaceship and being able to go wherever I want.
Sounds like someone
pretty well. But again, there aren't a lot of different places you can go at any one time. Like we're gonna pop over to Dathomir real quick just to kind of show off more than one environment. But there's not a whole lot I can actually do there at the moment. While we're loading here.
Oh, you're gonna mess with your crystals?
Yeah. You like blue or green?
Blue.
Green.
Yeah.
It's like Yoda. Yoda's got green.
Oh, I'm so early in the game. Oh, I haven't found a single part yet. You get these are kind of the main collectibles. You find a bunch of different lightsaber stuff.
And that was some of the stuff they did as like pre-order cosmetics and crap like that too, right?
Did they?
It was like extra.
There are, I mean, looking at those lists, there's like one empty space in some of those categories. So maybe that's the case.
Can you get Mace Windu's cool purple lightsaber?
Yeah, it's called cool purple.
Yeah. I don't. You get a lot of lightsaber stuff, I'll put it that way.
All right.
Like, I don't think anybody will be disappointed at the range of lightsaber options, both cosmetic and mechanical, over the course of this game.
I don't know if I can't go full General Grievous and whip around 4 lightsabers at once.
Okay, I don't know if I can
have some problems.
I don't know if I can help you there.
My favorite Star Wars character.
I mean, to be everyone's favorite.
For sure.
Cal, be careful here.
Okay.
This is a deadly, dangerous place.
Let's get out of here.
I'm prepared to face anything.
I know you are, Cal.
Except for a wall that's too high to get over with a single jump.
Well, nothing we can do here.
I think.
Do you know anything about the Night Sisters of Death?
Well, we'd have to go through.
I knew a little.
If you keep talking to her, I think she will flat out say like, hey, just so you know, you can leave here at any time. We can come back later if you're not ready. Like, they really sort of hit you over the head with it, which I guess is fine.
Yeah, you know, there aren't always a ton of games anymore that do that, right?
Yeah.
So.
What is that thing? Wouldn't count on him being friendly.
I'm just in my defense real quick. I'm gonna say this is not the sort of intended critical path destination. So I am what I would describe as maybe a little underleveled to be here.
Okay.
Just in case I die.
All right.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
In talking about this game with you
Yeah.
over the last few days here, it has sounded like it has been technically very rough.
Yeah.
We haven't necessarily seen a ton of that just yet.
Yeah.
Maybe a little framey here and there, but especially for a performance mode.
Yeah, we're in the performance mode on a pro here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to address that stuff because I don't know how much of that we're going to see in this video because it's very random for the most part, but I have had a massive number of sort of technical problems and bugs and like just, I know it's not the most precise term, but jank, you know?
Right.
Jank is the word for a lot of what I have seen in this game.
Yeah, you said you literally that this game NBA elites it up
Can't
here
see.
and there.
Woo. Bad camera.
Yeah.
There's the Dark Souls influence right there.
With some T-posing.
I saw a little T-posing.
Did you? Oh, before this?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
There is one particular enemy in this game that very reliably will T-pose when I come around a corner. This is a really tough enemy to start showing off the combat with. Red is an unblockable, uncounterable hit that you just kind of need to get out of the way of.
Like a red glow on the enemy, you mean?
Yeah.
Do they glow other colors as well?
No. Oh, God, I forgot this guy hits you when he dies. Scan dead enemies. Add them to your data bank. I'm sorry, your tactical guide. That's worth XP. Collectibles are worth XP. Killing guys is worth XP, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, all that stuff. I mean, it's full-on Dark Souls shortcut stuff. Of, hey, get to the other side of this door and open it, and then you will have a shortcut.
Oh, right.
That's where you need to go. Trying to remember where I need to go. Oh, so they signpost everything in this game. Like, red means like kind of Metroid thing that you don't have the ability to open yet.
Right.
But when it turns green, that means you do have the ability and you should come back to it.
Can you view maps for other planets when you're not there? So you can kind of like get an idea of like, okay, I got this ability now. Can I get through this door I remember from this other planet?
You can from the ship.
Okay.
I can't do it right here. If I went back to the ship, I could see all the other planets.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yellow means like, hey, this is a pathway you haven't explored yet.
Okay.
Whoop.
And you know, you do mention Dark Souls a lot, but this combat doesn't necessarily seem like that. Is it? Well, I guess is it stamina based? Like,
it is.
These bars here and trying to.
Okay, so
parse what's what?
Life bar in the lower left.
Okay.
My Estus flask equivalent is out, which is kind of a problem.
Okay.
Blue is their force meter, which governs like kind of fancier lightsaber powers. Let me kill one of these guys and get them out of my face. And the gray meter kind of is a stamina. I mean, it's more of a block meter.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you can block just about anything, and like you'll see that meter go down as I block.
Yeah, yeah.
And if it runs out, they break my guard, and then they can hit me. Most enemies have the same thing. Like the kind of creature type enemies don't so much. We'll see some more.
But it's a matter of like breaking their guard and then striking them.
There are also there are a lot of opportunities you can look forward to just get a hit in without breaking the guard.
And do most enemies die in one hit after that? Like, how do they treat the lightsaber?
No, they've got no.
So it's like break the guard and then wail on them.
The lightsaber is extremely not accurate to.
Got it.
Let's say the Star Wars fiction.
That doesn't.
I mean, you got to make a video game at some point, right?
You know, you think about the number of bullets it takes to down enemies in a lot of games with guns. And you know.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to remember where they want me to go.
This game seems like it's got cool art.
Yeah, it looks nice. I am super gonna die, which super sucks.
Just use the force. Turn off your targeting computer.
I don't really have any.
Get the
just yet. I've got the wall run, which I don't even know if that counts as a force power or not. Let's just okay. I think this is the right way.
The greatest trick of the force.
Are you saying that Titanfall pilots are all force sensitive?
A lot of that. A lot of stuff popping in.
Zeppo, we're here.
Yeah.
As you play this game. It's a weird thing to show off because different parts of the game are better than others. So some are better than others.
You trespass, Jedi.
You must be a Night Sister. I heard you were all dead.
Not all. Dothamir is forbidden to you. Leave at once.
Well, I'm afraid I can't do that, but perhaps we could help each other. You see, Easy. I'm not your enemy.
Your actions say otherwise.
Wait, hold on. I'm not here to...
You did just show up on this planet to start murdering stuff.
I have no heals and no health. This is going to go great. So you can parry. See, I took down the guy's... well, I'm dead.
He could not stand against our might.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Kind of figured.
I mean, that's what Obi-Wan did.
Yeah,
That's right.
So it's in universe to come back
absolutely
from the dead.
Yeah.
Just a little more corporeal.
Cal lightsaber is a repatriate.
Whoa. Let's not. Let's just not, man.
Sorry. Yeah. So how much further in the game are you?
Ask me anything.
Yeah.
I'm in what seems like the final act. I'm very much like things are accelerating.
Right.
I'm going to head to the other actual planet that we need to be on.
And does the basic combat evolve? I mean, obviously you get more force abilities and stuff like that. Ooh, yeah. Does that?
Finally.
How much of an impact does that have on the basic combat? Are you using like force push and?
Yeah. So you get push and pull and slow. I think I actually have slow at this point in the game.
Okay.
Stop jabbering so I can let's fly somewhere.
Picking our next destination.
Do you lose? What do you lose on a death? Do they Dark Souls it up
Yes,
and you
they-
lose a bunch of Jedi blood or?
Midi-chlorians.
Yeah.
They do it like I think it's how Bloodborne did it, where your XP is basically contained in the enemy that killed you.
First in my class.
Okay.
Was that a Bloodborne thing? I forget. Or was that a
They had the glow.
Sekiro thing? Yeah.
I got the glow.
So if I went back to where I just died, the guy who killed me would be glowing. And if I hit him, I'll get. Yeah, you only have to hit him. You don't have to kill him. You just hit them once and you get your XP back.
Run away. Yeah.
So it's like a little bit softer
Short range, long
than
range
those
weapons.
systems.
I flew circles around everybody.
You flew freighters in circles.
Yeah, it's all they really allowed me to do. I was so good though. You should have seen me.
It's very bright in here.
It's a neat look.
Yeah. So you get you get force push and pull, like slow, lightsaber throw, kind of the stuff you expect.
And is your meter long enough to where you're using that stuff all the time?
Yeah, like health,
kinda...
health and force meter upgrades are all around. They're both on the skill tree and to be found in the environment.
Okay. I want to see that skill tree also.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Storm brewing down there. This might not be the best time to land.
Something strange. Those winds are interfering with our comms.
Hey, Cordova mentioned something about peace in the eye of the storm. Well, I can just make out a settlement in the middle of it.
Then we have to get there.
Copy that. Couple bumps ain't gonna kill you, kid. Unless the wind picks up. Can you tell that bucket of bolts to keep his opinion to himself?
I'm sure everything's under control.
Of course, it's under control. It's just a little tricky.
So, what's up?
So, Star Wars.
How you guys doing?
All right.
Just taking it all in. This reminds me. It's so new Star Wars.
You think?
This really reminds me of Solo. The like
Okay, I have not seen Solo.
But I'm
Yeah.
getting a lot of interference on the comms.
That guy just say greasy money, baby?
Yes, his name is Grease, and he said yes.
Search for signs of Cordova in the meantime.
Okay.
Good. I'll be in touch.
I liked it.
Once I crack this.
Yeah, they do the fun thing in this of just using the aliens as like kind of stock character archetypes
Right.
You did good work on Begum.
from everything else.
Hold it.
Are there just cities full of non-combatants? Is there any like walk and talk, like walk around, do some stuff?
No, definitely not. It's very much explore, fight, see cutscenes.
Got it.
Repeat.
Okay.
All right, let's get into the actual meat of this area.
It's like a nice looking running anime. Like it's a natural looking run.
I think so.
You'd also mentioned a wall run tutorial.
Yeah, we're past that, I believe. I'm trying to think.
That is quite broken.
Yeah, that's just an example of I'm mostly playing on PS4, but I also played through the first. Sorry, let me kill these guys and then refocus. So there's a counter system.
Is that just like a timed block?
Yeah, you just block. In fact, hang on, let me kill this guy. For the smaller enemies, countering is just pretty much an instant one-hit kill.
Okay.
For the humanoid enemies, anybody that has something that can block a lightsaber, countering will take a big chunk off their block meter.
Okay.
Kind of give you a window into hitting them. But even then, like they'll often take a bunch of hits. You'll have to go through that cycle 2 or 3 times.
Cal,
Oh, a stormtrooper, you say?
What is that?
They found Zeppo.
Well, it's this guy, actually.
It's a clone of Jango Fett.
No, that's a clone trooper.
Zepho. What's a Zepho?
Zepho. That's the ancient civilization I'm chasing.
Sure.
This is kind of a neat thing, just to talk about when you pick your difficulty. You see,
kind of say,
you kind of get an idea of like, and the parry timing. Jedi Knight is, I think, what they consider sort of like medium or standard difficulty.
Okay.
Story mode, obviously, story mode, but like the parry timing on this mode is very generous. I feel like, and then obviously it gets worse from there. But
that's cool that they spell it out. That's great.
Yeah,
that's really.
I really appreciated that.
Could they be looking for the tombs?
Let's hope not. Just got our comms working. I'll try the same workaround to crack into theirs.
Do you think this guy would make a good Apex Legends character?
Oh, for sure.
What would his ability be?
He's got a lightsaber.
Is that an ability? Does that become his ult? Pull out a lightsaber?
His ult is you get a lightsaber and you can do cool flips. And Duel of the Fates starts playing as the circle closes.
Oh, the frame rate. It's not so great. But what's over there?
The Titanfall 2 campaign had some really great looking environments.
Yeah, it did. Even that first level.
Yeah. Oh, so that was what I was just thinking of, looking at that waterfall and stuff.
I don't think this is the right way, actually. Is it? Maybe?
Maybe you'll eventually get down.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah, this is totally the right way. Yeah, the wall rune tutorial, it's just one example.
But yeah, specifically you said it was like you could break it every time, like it was.
I had the wall run tutorial break in the exact same way on both platforms.
Got it. Okay.
So that's basically just like that. Whoop. Yeah.
Shoot that guy too.
Done.
I got him.
Whoop.
Get up here. Hurry.
Is he talking to you?
Get him.
Get up here. Hurry and kill us.
Done.
Thank you.
Like, it's not a big deal in isolation, a bug like that.
Yeah.
Although that one, I mean, it's reproducible in the critical path. Like, it's kind of ugly. But I've just run into so many little issues like that that, again, may or may not actually be evident as we play this, because they're just sort of random.
Yeah. And they have issued one patch since you've been playing it. And they have said that there will be another post-patch launch focused on performance.
Yeah, that would be very welcome, because it's got some... I really want to see it on PC.
Oh, that was cool.
Again, this is the performance mode on the Pro.
Yeah.
It's got some like what feel like asset streaming issues. As you go from area to area, it'll just hitch pretty badly.
Okay. Yeah.
There's like two or three spots in the game where it would actually, whoa, God. They love to throw ranged and melee enemies at you at the same time, which is kind of a lot to keep up
It's just
with.
like real combat.
Yeah.
You put an archer in the back and...
This combat looks fun.
It's fine. It's pretty good. Like, I would enjoy it more if this game kept a solid frame rate, but
yeah, you're
fine.
making me want to play this game on PC.
Yeah.
Assuming it's...
That is absolutely...
Assuming you can brute force your way past some of that stuff with power.
So the frame rate obviously would be fine. What feels more like an asset loading problem, where it just hitches up really bad.
Yeah.
Going from place to place, maybe better on PC, but I can't say for sure. I have not seen that version. But like, movement issues with like movement and traversal, AI braking, stuff like that, I imagine is going to be common to every platform, unless the PC version is just the build maybe newer.
Right, who knows?
You can iterate faster on a PC for sure.
They can. It's their own service. They can patch it whenever they want.
So they
actually I still be on Steam this time.
Yeah, this is on Steam. Of course, I mean I think there's still like a thin. There's like a thin Origin client there, right?
I don't know. I want to say that they said that there wouldn't be.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. We have not seen it.
So a great example of, if I had force push, I could push this bridge over and cross the bridge.
Instead, why don't you just push it with your hands?
It's metal.
But it's like teetering up. Like, how strong is force push? It's not gonna.
Oh, force push is real strong.
Okay, it looks like you got to bend that metal. All right.
Yeah.
Well, use the heat of your lightsaber to melt the metal
there we
and
go.
then bend it down. Come on. Bring some ingenuity to this, some actual
this is
science instead of just like, oh, I need the Force.
Should be easy stuff.
It's all lies. The Empire just wanted this land.
Like, part of why the story is good is they sort of dig into the aftermath of the Jedi Purge and the fall of the Republic, and like just what life is like for people under the Empire, and
right.
Spoiler, it sucks ass.
Life after Order 66 has been executed.
Yeah. Also, this game is hella prequels. Like, it's just Younglings this and Order 66 that, and clone troopers, and like lots of the visual design of the prequels is all over the place. Like, it's not all
Has anyone talked about midichlorians?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's the one thing they won't.
And do you think
Cowards.
that's a good thing?
I mean, it makes sense because the proximity to those events.
Right.
I mean,
it's where the game is set, but I mean, like,
and if they're also lining it up with Rogue One a little bit, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's a good blend.
I more mean, like, do you think that's the right place to set a game for people who like Star Wars, or do people hate those prequels and it's a bad idea to touch
that's
that
why,
close to it?
That's why I bring it up, is because the new movies, for the most part, have been painfully shy of even mentioning or acknowledging those movies' existence.
Right.
Minus one key cameo.
Right. Other than that, yes.
Yeah.
Like, you barely know those movies existed.
Totally.
And it's all over this game, so I just found that kind of interesting. So it's like 3 trees. Survival is basically just like, more health, better heals. Lightsaber is just a bunch of, like, it's not all lightsaber moves. Like, this is a dodge kick kind of thing. And it's like, you come out of sprint with a special move and throw lightsabers and aerial moves and stuff like that. And then the force tree is, modifiers on push, pull, and slow and stuff like that.
So do you actually get your force moves from the tree, or is that story locked? Like, hey, you got here and now you can push, and now you can upgrade it on the tree.
Big moves like push and pull are all story based.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, because I wondered if you could just like, hey, I'm gonna go kill enemies on the first planet over and over again to level up and get skill points.
So you absolutely can grind.
Yeah. But you can't grind your way into force moves before you should have them.
No, you can't break sequence or like kind of, yeah.
At least not in that way.
No.
We don't know.
How about... let's just make it easy on myself. And then, like, I mean, this is basically a bonfire. Like, the only difference is you don't have to respawn enemies. Of course, you also don't get your health and heals back unless you opt into it. But if I rest, I get health back and enemies come back. So, like, it's that.
Have you fought many bosses?
Yeah, there's a decent number of bosses.
How are those kind of compared to Souls bosses, which are infamously like, oh, you're gonna die a lot?
They're kind of like, you can tell they're inspired by that. Like, there are kind of big creature monster bosses that feel a little more soulsy.
Yeah.
And then there are straight up like lightsaber duel type boss fights that are a little more like, kind of give and take, like parry and riposte.
Like a Sekiro boss.
Kinda, yeah, like, sort of parry, block, dodge, wear down their meter, that kind of thing.
Play patient.
Yeah,
Okay.
that kind of thing. Let's see. It is like, it's just dead simple to, at any time, just pull out on the map and like, let's say, another hour or two here, and it'll be like, the map will be full of yellow, red, and green icons all over the place.
Really like that.
And like, I kind of don't mind.
Yeah.
Like, in like a Dark Souls, that sounds insane because the whole idea is to force you to really get to know the environment.
Yes.
But this is more of a story-driven thing. Oh, hey, look, all these guys are back. This being more of a story-driven thing and a little more kind of mass market. Like, I really don't mind being sort of led by the hand to a lot of this stuff. I've really just sort of appreciated that kind of straightforwardness.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
See, like, people hit you coming out of kill moves like that and stuff. Like, there's a little bit of a messiness to some of the combat. They really lay on like thick crowds later in the game, and I feel like the combat kind of breaks down a little bit when you're dealing with like 6+ enemies at one time.
Do you have any kind of crowd control moves that you can spec into?
Yes, yes.
Can you fast travel?
No fast travel. So there's
no like, I'm out of combat, let me get back to the ship. You got to run all the way back.
Yes, absolutely.
So like, any consumable items?
No.
Okay. Because there's usually like, in the Souls games, like a go home juice or whatever it's called.
I need to get up there. What am I missing?
Go home juice. I think that's what's,
I think you can go around the front.
It's been a while since I was here.
Like, around this corner, there might be a slope up.
Missed a handhold or something. Oh, hello.
Any kind of stealth kill?
No. If you're jumping from overhead, you can get one stealth kill before they kind of activate. Okay.
But like that guy with his back to you, there's no like, I'm just gonna walk up and stick this lightsaber through you.
I think that might count as like you won't hit their block meter, you'll just hit their life, if that makes sense.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
It's kind of the same thing when like they're in the middle of like one of those unblockable attacks. If you catch them, God, where the hell is the handhold? What am I looking for here? Maybe all the way around.
Is that a rope you can cross?
Maybe. The Jedi's here.
Is this the best lightsaber combat since Jedi Outcast?
Sure.
Because that's always been a thing with Star Wars games. It's like the actual Star Wars games that have fun lightsaber stuff are so few and far between.
Dude, I was trying to hear your collectible.
Over here, he's getting the collectibles.
Oh. You kind of see what I mean? There's a lot of that stuff. A lot of that stuff. I've had issues like not having the character attached to like zip lines and sort of balance beams consistently.
Yeah, can you go across that pipe?
I think, that's definitely where I need to get to. This is driving me crazy.
So yeah, go.
What am I missing?
Forward and then back on the pipe.
Just need to find a place I can reach it from.
Can you jump up and grab a hold of that?
Here you go. So you should be able to double back.
Possibly. Oh yeah, we were up here before, weren't we?
There we go.
Down there.
Hey!
Yep.
Trying to collectible over here.
Just gonna keep shooting you.
Oh damn! You just reflected my guy's laser.
Come on.
I don't know if I want to shoot. You should turn around.
Okay, I'll. Oh, huh? Weird. Usually it lets you put. I'm trying to put my lightsaber up and it's not letting me. Whatever.
Help me, BD.
All right, here we go. Can I make that jump?
I'll say yes.
I'm never gonna get promoted.
Did not make that jump.
Not a lot of music except when you're like in key moments. Seems to be a very quiet game.
Yeah.
Kinda.
There was music like when you're approaching the planet and when you're like stumbling upon a new area and stuff, but then it goes pretty silent.
You and me now.
Any kind of balance gameplay when you're on those beams?
No.
Can you jump down and murder that man?
I can. Here is the one stealth kill option.
Okay.
Oh!
I can't.
Oh.
I literally cannot.
Just kind of see what I mean with the stuttering and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't. This whole thing doesn't run great.
No.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of been a thing Respawn's been usually pretty good with, is just performance and,
I was gonna say
maintaining 60 or
Yeah, well, this is on
closer to
Unreal.
it.
This is Unreal, which I don't think they've shipped a game on before. Which could have something to do with it.
This
Use a
year has
lightsaber
just
like a
had
flashlight.
So many
That's cool.
poor performing games on console.
Yeah.
I liked despite of that.
We're definitely, it's that, we're getting a little end of the generation, reaching beyond the limitations of these boxes, I guess.
That's true, but I mean, this game is a bridge too far on both performance and bugs.
Yeah, it sounds like that stuff has been more than a nuisance, more just like, hey, it is unforgivable that the game
it has really impacted
as rough as it is.
It has really impacted my enjoyment of this game, which sucks because
It sounds like you really like it.
Like the story is so engaging. I'm like dying to go home and finish this game. I'm like, sounds like 4 or 5 hours away from the end. Somebody I know who has finished it, and I feel like has similar feelings on Star Wars to me.
Yeah.
Is just like raved about how good it gets toward the end. And I haven't seen all of that stuff, but I have seen enough to absolutely believe that that's the case.
What do you think? Hour count's going to be a little relative.
They don't track it.
But I mean, what do you think? You're saying you're 4 or 5 hours from the end. Like,
I bet do
you think this is a long game? Is it a standard kind of?
Okay, so the scripting on that broke the first time I got here.
Oh.
And that thing killed me because I walked around the corner and just the guy was standing there, and I was like, well, I guess I have to kill him. So I walked up to him and fought him, and while that was happening, that thing jumped out of the hole and knocked me off the cliff.
Maybe that's actually exactly how it's intended.
Maybe so, I don't know, but it didn't trigger that fast the first time. Come on. I would guess I'm probably 20 to 25 hours into it.
Side stuff?
Yeah, so hang on, let me get through this. Nope, waited too long. I'll just answer your question while we wait. To be honest, like getting powers and having a bunch of previously red icons turn green, and a bunch of new yellow pathways open up, and then going back and looking for stuff is like a huge part of this game. Like,
and has that content when you do go back?
God damn it!
Has it been worthwhile? Or does the critical path seem like the?
Nope. Tried to jump the gun there.
Yeah.
Hang on. It's, I would say it's like 90% collectibles.
Okay.
Looks like a problem.
Hang on, let me fight. Nope. Oh boy. The collectibles are like somewhat interesting. Most of them, they all either like add context to the area you're in or are like lightsaber parts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like you tell me if that makes you feel like you want to go back and get it.
Are the lightsaber parts, are they all just cosmetic?
Yeah, they just look cool.
Okay.
Well,
Heard something nearby.
that's mostly true. Hang on.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
A little fast.
This is gonna be rough with all these people shooting at me. Get out of my way.
Life of a Jedi.
Okay.
Whole squad is down.
If I had force push, you can just push these guys' rockets right back at them, which is pretty fun. But that works too. I don't know, for me, like I like going back and exploring and kind of accessing previously unavailable areas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, like it's just the act of going and doing it is valuable.
Right.
But if you don't care about little tidbits of like area lore and making your lightsaber look cooler, there are also character outfits. I have not much right now, but like there are some ways to customize your look. They're all kind of just variations on a theme. But I mean, you can tell me if that's the kind of thing that interests you.
Oh,
or not.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like, I'm asking like, hey, are there like side missions?
No, side mission. Well, this is a weird game. There are some of those like side creature bosses that I was talking about, and those are optional and like quite hard.
Yeah. But it's not like you got a quest log and some guy's gonna go like, hey man, if you're going here, find me a back to tank parts or
Definitely not.
Wanted the Zepho.
But there are like.
Guess we're on the right track, huh, BT?
It's hard to talk about without just kind of giving later game stuff away. There are like side optional bosses and then other things that sort of follow from those.
Okay.
But, and I feel like maybe that's a place where they were trying to emulate the feel of Souls a little bit because a lot of that stuff is just sort of there with no context or explanation. But I feel like in this game it would have God damn it. It would have actually benefited from a little more explanation of like what the hell is going on. Like stumbling into a fight with a guy that has a health bar and having no idea who he is, even though he has like a name, can be a little confusing in a game like this. It's hard to explain without really just playing it yourself. Hang on.
I'm really digging these closed captions on your droid.
Yeah.
Flu, drip, beep.
Apparently Ben Burt did all the voice work for the droid.
Oh, cool.
Which, if you know who he is.
Yeah, he did.
He did everything in the original movies.
Yeah.
Like all of the sound effects are basically him, and he's been like, apparently like kind of sidelined from the new movies, which is insane.
Didn't he do Rocket Raccoon? Am I tripping?
Very possibly. Like he is still an employee of Lucasfilm.
Okay.
And he does stuff on other movies, but there was like a big Vanity Fair piece a while back about how he has just kind of gotten the cold shoulder on the sequel trilogy. Which, like when you have the guy who invented the sound effect of the lightsaber and R2-D2, seems kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
I can't hit him.
Quit it.
Right, again.
Yeah, it's usually good to kill the ranged guys before the melee. So I see here, like I got a hit on him, but then I have to wear that meter down again before I can hit him again. So like it's a lot of that, and that will, that continues to be the case throughout the game.
Okay.
Like, why is this fan still going? What?
Well, whoa!
Because he only slowed it down with
No,
the
no, I
force.
mean just like in universe. Like what?
It's venting dangerous
It's just a cave.
gas.
It's just a cave there.
From the cave. Well, the cave caved in.
Yeah.
There used to be a ventilation system here that you could put a bomb in and blow up the whole thing.
I see. The Empire is known for creating things that can very easily be destroyed by one bomb.
Yeah. So they want to make sure that they're cutting off access to the bomb
Plan
room.
to bring Zepho artifacts to Coruscant.
Does that mean?
That the Emperor is interested in Zepho?
Everyone's interested in Zepho. That guy.
Word.
Sorry about your scomp link.
Scomp link!
Sorry about your scomp link.
Let's go, BD1.
Scomp link is like, it's like, the scomp link is like the classic Metroid example of just like there's all these terminals everywhere that you can't hack until you repair his scomp link, and then you can come back and scomp them.
Yeah, we gotta scomp this shit.
So this, the thing you were asking about whether it's worth going back and looking for side stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been like 98% just collectibles and outfits and stuff. There have been two prominent upgrades, the Scomp Link, and there's another one that was like an incredibly cool moment to just stumble into, because I just happened to go back to an earlier planet and poke around with new powers. And looking at the reviewer's guide, it's an upgrade that you will get later in the game at a different point if you don't find it early. But it's like a major change to the game mechanics, like a new ability, or like a new thing you can do.
Okay, that's interesting.
And you can find it on a different planet early if you just kind of take the initiative to go back and look around. I don't know how many examples of that there are in this game, but I thought it was like kind of I don't know. Like that's an interesting thing to put in a game from EA, I feel like.
Sure, yeah.
A Star Wars licensed game that is going to be targeted at like a very wide audience, right? To have like kind of non-sequential progress like that is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah. And like a pretty wide variety of locales and stuff. Has it been, like just hey, here's 3 planets.
I mean, I can tell you how many planets I've seen, if you want.
Was it like we're talking 7? We're talking 5?
I hate these guys.
Fuck guy's got a shield.
Fuck you. Well, a lot of good it did him.
Yeah. I mean, he did hit you once.
Yeah. Let's say like a good half dozen-ish.
All right.
That I've seen so far.
Okay.
Where were these guys?
Ow, quit it.
Where were these guys when Luke was running around doing this shit? He never had to fight shield minigunners.
The shield, they ran out of batteries.
Okay. Yeah, it's like old Gungan tech that the batteries just over time didn't really. Do you see any Gungans?
Oh.
Gungans?
Gungans, sadly no.
Wait, is it Gungans?
That's how George Lucas says it in director's commentaries.
So it's Gungans then, is what I'm hearing.
He tends to pronounce things differently in a lot of cases than they were pronounced in the actual movies that he made.
Yeah.
Also, he tends to call lightsabers laser swords. George Lucas is a very interesting person.
Yeah, he is.
He's an incredibly interesting person.
Laser sword, to be fair, is a way cooler term.
Oh, I agree.
But like in a Thundar the Barbarian kind of sense.
I almost wonder if... God, I hope this is the right way to go. I almost wonder if there was some like copyright issue that prevented them from just using laser swords.
But like
originally.
if the first 6 months or something, he was calling them laser sword, and then never.
Because I want to say that's how they were always referred to, like in the scripts.
Right.
The early drafts and stuff. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, like wasn't the first novelization all different, where it was like,
God damn it,
they were the gold group instead of red.
Oh my God, this fucking sucks.
And like all sorts of differences like that, because it was based on a different, like whatever version of the script.
I don't know, we'll have to get Alan Dean Foster on the phone and find out.
Okay, yeah, I'll call him up. But yeah, so like we were saying, this game has taken one patch. Have you seen any meaningful difference there? I know they love to patch. I mean, they're patching the movies now. They're again, so like it's a pretty standard Star Wars trope to.
The McClunky update has not been installed yet.
Okay,
I don't believe.
Redistributing its inhabitants. This planet has failed to yield significant data or relics for.
No, I think the description on that patch was mostly like just some basic stability stuff.
Okay.
Mostly. I have not seen a lot of change in some of the prominent bugs.
You still have seen T-posing and stuff like that after the patch.
Yes.
That to me is maybe the most damning thing here, because that's like EA and T-posing go together like baby and pacifier.
Well, I mean, that's even still a problem in Apex. Like on character select screen.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, does that still happen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Respawn they're into it.
Is it all just a sick burn on EA and NBA Elite then?
Yeah, people really need to take down NBA Elite even more.
Someone finally, we got the final word on NBA Elite.
Yeah, like this, I feel like is kind of actually one of the more polished areas in the game. So you haven't seen as much of the stuff I've been talking about here.
Whoa, you got a new switch for your lightsaber.
Duty and resolve, man. Oh boy. Go, go, go!
This looks cool.
It's cool. Like, the game is cool.
Yeah.
I really like this game. I especially am super into the story. Oh god, no, that's bad. The story and the way it's told. I'm trying to remember what I'm doing here. Nope, that's not right.
You get on top of it and then wall run.
I'm trying to remember.
Or get on it and freeze it.
Yeah, get on it, freeze it, then wall run.
Yeah, I think I need to just time it a little better.
There you go.
Oh.
Can you wall run and jump onto it?
Yep, that's it.
Nice. That's a Jedi move if I've ever seen one.
They do mix up.
Jedis are always doing that.
They do mix up like force, slow push and pull, and some kind of quick timing combo type situations. This is not my real save, so I have not been like leveling stuff very well. I'm a little behind on that stuff. I'll say again, I mean, like this game has. This game has storytelling ambitions and really makes good on a lot of them. Again, not just in.
Oh,
see what I mean?
Yeah,
a lot of stuff like that. Oh, damn it, missed parry. Come on.
All right.
Yeah. Some of the ambient, damn it, stormtrooper dialogue is like actually pretty funny. Also, I really wish I had force push, because once you get it, you can just push these guys off cliffs all day long.
Some Dark Messiah, Might and Magic type shit.
And it is way faster than fighting them. They do, not to give away too much, but the things this game does with like dream sequences and flashbacks and stuff like that, on like an engine level, on like a tech level, are really impressive. Like they pull some kind of tricks with environments and stuff like that in some really clever ways that work extremely well. Like, I am very impressed with just sort of the style of the storytelling in this game, in addition to
just the story being told.
What is being told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's like this throughout the game. I mean, see, I'm telling you, this game is full of stuff like that.
I don't think the
You go to, it's not a spoiler, I mean, it was the first thing they showed at E3 this year. You go to Kashyyyk, the Wookiee homeworld, and there is one spot there where going through a door into a new area would reliably just cause the game to freeze for about 3 or 4 seconds without moving.
That sounds...
enough to make me think the first time, like, oh god, the game just froze, and then it actually just, oh no, it was just loading very slowly.
That sounds like my experience with coming out of any cutscene in Control.
Yeah, like, I almost, well, I don't. I started to say I almost wish I had played Control at launch just to know what you're talking about. It sounds like it's been patched pretty well. Because I don't know if this is like, I have to imagine this is worse than that. I can't imagine that Control was worse.
I don't know, man, from what I've seen here.
But there are spots where, like, sound effects are missing or animations are missing. There is...
Interesting. We're on the right track.
A short sequence in the middle of the game that feels like they just didn't finish, like, kind of the cutscenes around it. Like, a certain thing happens out of nowhere, and I don't know what they were going for there, but it feels like you don't have a clue what is happening to you. I know this is an incredibly, like, vague, weird thing to talk about.
So maybe it sounds like...
But, like, I should know. Look at the outline of his head. That's really cool.
I like that.
I should probably know better than to, like, speculate about the production process of the game, and you know, I certainly can't pretend to know exactly what went down.
Right.
But it feels to me like they scoped a very ambitious game, and also had a deadline that they absolutely could not miss because there's a new movie coming out. Like, that's just I'm spitballing here.
Sure, yeah.
But, like, you know.
So it sounds like maybe if you're not, you know, maybe if you can, just wait a little bit, keep an eye on the patches.
Like, this game is good enough that it deserves, I really hope EA, like, gives Respawn the resources to get this thing where it needs to be. Especially in consoles, like, I imagine...
I don't think EA can afford to have another, like, black mark on the Star Wars game thing.
Well, it's frustrating because, like, the problems with Battlefront were intentional design decisions, right?
Sure. Yeah.
The problems here just feel like it needed another 6 months. Like, that's it. If this game was free of all the kind of big, glaring technical issues I've had, I would feel very comfortable calling this one of the best Star Wars games ever made. Like,
well,
between the story and, like, and, you know, I don't think, like, the Dark Souls stuff, it's not as good as Dark Souls, it's not as elegant, but in a big mainstream game, I think it works well enough. The Metroid stuff, similarly, is, like, very, goddamn, very straightforward.
But, like, it's evocative of that stuff.
Can't talk and play at the same time.
But maybe not as complicated as those games.
Yeah, like I said, you know, the Metroid, like, the Metroid stuff is like if every time you came across...
Oh, that's who made it.
The Metroid stuff is like, you know, if every time you came across a missile tank, there was a giant flashing icon that said, hey, missile tank here.
Yeah. Right.
Like, that stuff, it's all, you know, like a kind of mildly simplified version of the stuff that inspires it.
Yeah.
But it all comes together well enough, and, like, the range of places you go is cool enough, and the story is good enough that, like, I mean, this would... I haven't finished it yet, but I started to say, like, this would be an easy inclusion on my Game of the Year list. But some of the performance and just janky issues are impacting my experience so much.
Right.
That it just, like, it is a bummer. Like, it really is kind of tragic. Like, this game is good enough to deserve better, is what I'm saying. And I don't know what led to this.
Well, it's weird because it seems like this game's been in development for a very long time too. Like, it seems like they had been starting up this team and all the stuff. Like,
could be wrong. I want to say it was like 2016 that they kind of put out that call for.
Right, for like, hey, we're making an action game.
So I'd have to go check. I believe that blog post from Stig Asmussen was in 2016.
Okay.
So
it's kind of a while ago.
Well, yeah, but if they were just building up the team, whoa, hello.
Sure. Yeah, you're right.
You know, let's say this could have actually just been like a 2 years and change kind of thing or something. Hey, game does not pause when you bring the map up. In case you are wondering.
Good to know.
If you really have to play it now, I would definitely, if you have the option, look at Jesus, look into the PC.
Though you have not seen it on the PC.
I have not.
You've seen it on Xbox. What's the difference?
Same everything.
Okay. Same issues on the Xbox
Like
One.
I said, encountered some identical bugs.
Yeah.
It's tough to say on the frame rate. It might be just a tad smoother, but I really can't say.
Okay.
It's not a major difference if so.
Okay.
The hitching stuff is very much also present.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Let me just get inside here real quick before we go.
Has there been any dramatic shifts away from this style of gameplay? Not like, because I feel like a lot of Star Wars games have been like, here's your obligatory space combat,
Right.
and that sort of thing.
No.
Nothing like that.
No, there is a good sort of clarity of focus here, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like it's made up of component parts, you know.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
it's got your Dark Souls combat, your Metroid exploration, your Uncharted-ish sort of traversal. I should really be taking more care fighting these guys because they don't let you just wail on them. Do it. Do the thing. There. God damn it. Actually, do I just need to go in here? Totally do. Yep. A lot of these.
Oh.
A lot of these.
Okay. A little Tomb Raider.
Which is fine. Hey, here's another.
A little Gears 5, I guess, actually,
Yeah, sure.
too, has a little bit of that.
Like, maybe they needed more of these, because that seems to hide, or I would assume there may be some loading going on there, but like...
Never seen a storm do that before. Yeah, it's incredible.
Nice.
This dude is really good in the role. Like, all the acting is very good in this game.
I believe this to be the earliest Zepho site we've uncovered yet. No reservations. I cannot.
Zepho is just a really fun thing to say.
Yeah, I guess. Somebody else I know who is playing this game said, I can't believe they called them the Zepho. I think it's fine.
Zepho.
There's a lot of cheesy shit in Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
You know?
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, when you get down to it, if you didn't grow up with the name Darth Vader, it's kind of dumb, but I think that is intentional.
There's no big Van Vader.
Ungar plot.
Yeah.
What?
Ungar plot.
I'm in the tomb.
3.5 portions. You know, that guy.
Sound of them down here.
Oh, the 3.5 portions, man.
1/4 portions.
He's a little
Eccentric? Tell me about it. But he wouldn't say.
You know, like in these indoor areas, he's like pretty good frame rate. Like it runs pretty much fine in these tombs and kind of enclosed spaces for the most part. Which helps.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, I would, if you're not like dying to play this on day one, I might give it a week or two and see how things go.
Right.
Like it's, that you know, there's every possibility that they have like major, Skungus, man. Oh, I gotta keep going. I can't just sit around. These things will explode.
I liked the little detail of your robot kind of climbing around your head when you're shimmering through those.
Like the robot is, oh god. The robot is like a fun character in the limited way that a robot like this can be.
Yeah. Like a Navi.
God, this is awful. Wait, I must be missing something. I don't remember
There's
what
a wall run you're probably missing.
Oh, you're totally right. There is a wall
All right, you gotta
run.
throw the grenade,
Yeah, I
get
missed
3 guys, and then wall run over.
Totally missed. I wasn't paying attention at all. Because I was thinking about patches. The thing I was gonna say.
A lot of sliding like this?
Yeah, a lot. Huh. Like on every planet. It's
cool.
It's either it's
cool.
Respawn loves slide.
Yeah,
well,
it just seems like a lot.
I'll say this, like it's cool right up until you get to one where when you die it respawns you with the camera angle wrong and you can't see where you're going.
That's fun.
Which makes it hard to adapt. Like, you know, again, like a very minor thing, incredibly minor if it existed in a vacuum.
But along with all this other minor stuff.
It just feels like the type of thing where, like, you know, if they had maybe had a little more time for like testing and bug fixing, they would have fixed that because it's very obvious. The thing I was gonna say about patching is like, let me figure out where to go here.
What's up with that orb?
Yeah, put that orb on the thing.
Yeah, if I had...
Hit it with your lightsabers, like creature in the well.
Yeah. If we'd started this a little closer, like closer to the end of this dungeon, I would have more force powers to play with to show you. But it's, you know, like I said, it's push and pull and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, kind of rolling these balls around into wells is a major puzzle mechanic, for example.
Yep.
The thing I was gonna say about the patching is like, whoa, like no game should ship broken. And like, I'm not gonna say this game is fully broken, but it's definitely extremely rough in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I am kind of assuming the worst case scenario of they're gonna ship it like this and then just let it go.
I think you have to slow it there.
Yeah, I can't remember if I meant to finish this right now.
Or if you need to do it after you get push.
I can't,
well, it seems like if you had push, you wouldn't need any of these air things.
It's glowing like you can interact with it. So I would...
That's what I needed to do.
Okay.
I needed both of these active. Because... oh, hello. This one's fun. This is almost like a ping pong kind of thing. Did I turn this one off? This one needs to be on. Like there's some creative puzzle stuff in this, you know? Like this one...
Uh-oh.
Let's see, is there another wall to break here? I think there is. Yes, there totally is. What you're trying to do is get the currents. See, there are two opposing currents here.
Yeah.
It'll balance it in the middle, and then that one will push it right here. That's where we're trying to get to.
Can you nudge it?
I think I need to break that out with it. Not sure if I can. I guess I can. Who needs force push when you have push?
Didn't like it was going fast enough.
Yeah. Oh, I bet I need to. Sorry, I bet I need to turn this off so it doesn't get pushed out of the way.
Oh!
All right, one more time.
You sure it's strong enough to break those metal bars?
Yeah, it totally does. Except, turn this back on.
Puzzles.
Get it going. Turn it.
What the?
You need a little more force.
Yeah, it needs to. Sorry, I've done this in a terrible order. I need to turn this one off.
You need to turn the other one off.
And this one. So that it can just do a circuit. Pick up speed. Oh, God, I have to turn this one off. Am I gonna get there in time? Get out of my face! Ah! Got it. Oh, hey, it's collectible. Oh, that was not even what I needed. Sorry.
Maybe you have enough now to solve it.
Yes, I think I do. I'll solve this puzzle and we can go. But the, all I was gonna say is like maybe they just were trying to get this game out the door with every intention of patching it heavily after release. Just like, hey, we need this on shelves for. And again, this is.
When is the movie out?
About a month, a little under a month.
Oh,
just about a month. But you know, we're in it. Like this is sort of.
Yeah, this is a Black Friday.
Yes, this is the pre-Thanksgiving. Like this is when games have to ship.
Right.
Kind of thing. Sorry. This needs to be off until it gets in position. So yeah, maybe they will give this game the TLC that it deserves, because it does deserve it. I think it is.
And they did tell us that they had one more patch coming.
They do. They are saying, as of right now, they're telling us they have a. Didn't they say it focuses on performance?
Yeah. So they seem to know.
Yes.
Hopefully, I mean, whether they'll patch it to a satisfactory state or not, who knows?
I really hope they do.
But
I mean, I'm a little sad that if they do, that I couldn't have the experience of playing through it for the first time without a bunch of problems. But like if you're really into Star Wars, I think it's like kind of a must play.
What if you're not really into Star Wars?
That's harder to answer for me. Like, I'm not actually sure that I can put myself in that headspace.
Like, do you think the story is self-contained?
Yes.
Enough to where, like,
yeah,
hey,
like
I don't need to know what a...
Like I said, a lot of it just gets by on... So, like I said, there are good reveals.
Yeah.
So just
and enough of those reveals are like good on their own.
Oh yeah, no, those are very much just like the nature of the characters and their backstories.
Here it is. It's Greg Proops.
I told you we shouldn't give that stuff away.
Shit.
But he's playing his character from Mad World.
No, it's just Greg Proops.
They do give you they knew people would want to do that a lot, which is good. Yeah, I would say the bulk of the story, I think, stands on its own without a bunch of prior Star Wars knowledge. But there is some stuff that is very much like, oh my god, they're referencing that. Wow, that's cool. Like, kind of an extra layer.
Okay.
But I want to say the story stands on its own well enough. Come here, you. Puzzles.
Ah, puzzles.
Did it. Yeah, so there's a decent amount of puzzle solving. Like this stuff is pretty good. There's some creative puzzly stuff.
Yeah.
We should probably stop.
Yeah, all right.
Played a lot of this game.
Cool.
This is very early, like I said. You didn't get to see much of the cool story stuff here, but a lot of it is, again, just kind of so spoiler heavy. I didn't want to get into it.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I am like, this is one of the more frustrating experiences I've had with a game in a while, because I like it a lot.
But the performance stuff is, yeah.
I just hope that they sand off a whole lot of the rough spots and the friction that I have encountered.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, so keep an eye out if you're on the fence and want to see how it's shaping up. Maybe give it a week or two.
Good to know.
But all that stuff aside, I think it's very worth playing.
Cool. All right. Thanks,
y'all.
bro.